Ian Garry and Carlos Prates both made weight today, and tomorrow's main event is official.
171, the official weight for Ian Machado Garry. Official weight 170 pounds for Carlos Prates.
Fight announcements. Rafael Fiziev is set to face Ignacio Bahamondes at UFC Baku on June 21st. Fiziev is currently on a 3-fight losing streak, most recently dropping a unanimous decision to Justin Gaethje. Bahamondes, on the other hand, is riding a 3-fight winning streak. He defeated Jalen Turner via submission in the first round at UFC 313. Mateusz Gamrot will fight Ludovic Klein at UFC Vegas 107 on May 31st. Gamrot is coming off a split decision loss to Dan Hooker at UFC 305 back in August. Klein is coming off a unanimous decision win over Roosevelt Roberts. Dricus Du Plessis coach Morn Visser confirms that Dricus is not injured and will be defending his middleweight title against Khamzat Chimaev, just not during International Fight Week. Speaking to Submission Radio, he said, "We haven't signed a contract, and the fight was never confirmed. Du Plessis has no injuries, man. That's bullshit. We're fighting Khamzat. We are actually waiting for the contract, so it's going to be soon. Definitely not going to be International Fight Week. They've got something else planned for that. I'm sure everybody knows about what they've got planned. Also not 100% confirmed, but we're fighting Khamzat. We're waiting for the contract, so it's a done deal. We'll most probably get a contract from the UFC within the next 2 weeks. It will most probably be announced in the next 2 weeks. I'm not sure about dates or location, but as soon as maybe August, just around the corner. I mean, we were supposed to fight him in June. That was the talks. So August, yeah, 8 weeks later, maybe September, we'd like to fight him in the UAE. I think he's got a massive fan base there, and it will be nice to really slam him and slap him on the floor in front of his people." Caio posted footage of him and Jean Silva riding the Slingshot in Orlando. Jamahal Hill predicts Ian Garry will beat Carlos Prates tomorrow.
It is what it is, brother. You know I love you. Stay on the drawing board. But I'm going to go with Ian Machado Garry. All right, I'm going to go with Ian Machado Garry. I just think that patience, the confidence that he got from that last fight and how he performed against a Shavkat, a guy who should be fighting for the title, who isn't because of injury. And yeah, man, I see Ian being able to dictate the pace of this fight, kind of stay and frustrate Carlos and get him to open up and maybe overexert himself to where he's able to counter and land that big shot. But he's gonna have to be careful because Ian has been cornered and he has been caught. He's been dropped in a couple of fights before, but it seems like whenever he gets dropped, he comes up like a zombie and he's stronger than ever. So yeah, that's how I see that fight.
Anthony Smith is set to face rising prospect Zhang Mingyang this weekend at UFC Kansas City. Zhang Mingyang is 26 years old and currently on an impressive 11-fight winning streak, with each win coming by first-round stoppage. Despite this, Smith says he does not believe he will be stopped early and plans to test Zhang in the later rounds.
He's young, he's big and fast and strong. He's got quick hands. He's a really technical striker. And that's really all we know. I mean, when you have 18 first-round finishes, and I believe every time you've been beaten were first-round stoppages, it's hard to tell what you're getting with somebody. Like, is he young and fast and athletic and really technical and powerful on his feet? For sure. But deeper than that, can anyone really say what else they see? I don't think so. So we're going to figure it out. And that's the exciting part for me, is that I don't know what he brings to the table. He has to say that it's going to go 3 rounds because that's the mentality that he has to have to train to get ready for a fight at this level. It means he's done the right work, that his coaches are putting him in the right spot. But if you got 18 first-round finishes, there's no way that you're not kind of expecting that that's how this is going to go. I don't believe it's going to be a first-round stoppage. I've never had anyone just blow me out of the water and walk through me in the first round. That's just not how things go. But I'm excited to get him in there and get him to the second and third. And some of it is me doing a service for the rest of the division. Like, we got to get into the second and third rounds to give them something to look at. Because right now he's a bit of a mystery.
Israel Adesanya says he has no interest in rematching Nassourdine Imavov. The two fought in February and Izzy lost via TKO in the second round. Izzy says Imavov beat him fair and square, and he's ready to move on.
Yeah, and afterwards, after it's all said and done, you let it go. It's like, me and DDP were cool now. Like, look, and people think, even after my last fight with Imavov, they were like, oh, you should get a rematch. I'm like, why? He beat me fair one. Like, we shot a fair one, he beat me, cool. First thing I got up, I was like, good game, you got me. Bang, that's it, move on. If it ever happens down the line, cool. If not, I will sleep well. I don't need to, like, you know how that people, nah, you gotta get it back, you gotta get it back. It's like, how, do you know how many people I've beat? Do they think they gotta get it back, they gotta get it back? Nah, it's just, it is the game. You shot a fair one, he beat you, be a man about it and move on, or move to the next one.
I think that's something that only we can understand, because it's such a human thing. Like, there's only a few things that humans we're not taught to do, we naturally do in our spirit. And for us, we do that for a living, so no matter what this guy says, no matter what you say about me, I say about you, we get in there and we ultimately resolve it in the most humanly way possible. And that's why a lot of people say, bro, he talked all that stuff, and after you guys fought, you guys were hugging. Yeah,
we're done.
Yeah,
we're men about it.
Yeah, you're men about it. You because you leave a part of your spirit with him, and he feels your spirit, and you feel his, and okay, we settled this in here. That's why we can shake hands and be done with it.
Tai Tuivasa hits pads with Alex Pereira's coach Plinio Cruz. Tai said he currently weighs over 300 pounds. Carlos Prates gives his thoughts on Ian Garry, calling him a quitter ahead of their upcoming fight this weekend. Prates says he's going to smash Ian and knock him out. In an interview with MMA Junkie, he went on to say, I don't care about what he's saying. When I step into the octagon, there's no emotions, no anything. He could say whatever he wants, but it's going to change. I'm going to step in the cage, I'm going to smash him, I'm going to knock him out, I'm going to hurt him just because I'm getting paid for that. It's my job, it's my work. Not because of what he's saying or things like that. When some fighters do what he's doing is because his mind is not strong like mine. He's trying to break my mind because maybe at some point in his life or some fight, somebody did it to him. Now he's afraid about me starting to do it with him, so he starts to do it with me. Nothing has changed. Saturday night, I'm going to go there, listen to my music, walk out, step in the cage and get one more win. One more bonus, knock him out, and that's it. I'm going to show him a lot of things. I'm going to show him who is the fighter, and I'm going to smash him. I'm going to knock him out and become really close to becoming UFC welterweight champion, really close to fighting for the title. Jon Jones has responded to Israel Adesanya. This week, Izzy said he was eventually going to train with Jon. On the Pound for Pound podcast, Izzy said definitely it's on the list. With Jon, I know I can learn a lot. Long guy, his frames, I've watched him since UFC 92. The way he moves, I can pick his brain on some stuff. Yeah, so definitely it'll happen, but time. Jon Jones responded on Instagram. He wrote, man, that would be amazing. Ian Garry says Kamaru Usman and Colby Covington are not fighters anymore. Ian gives his thoughts on Colby recently going after Paddy Pimblett and says he's just trying to stay relevant.
And then one little scuffle backstage, Paddy wanted to say some shit when I was walking by, so I had to confront him. I had to let him know he's a little bitch boy. The combined losing streak of his last 3 opponents, look it up, guys, it's 13 losses in a row. He wants to act like he's relevant and he's a star. He's a fucking nobody, bro. You're a nobody. You've never headlined an event. You've never done anything worthy. You've never been a top contender. You're a fucking scrub. The only reason fucking people care about you because you're an Ellen DeGeneres looking fucking scrub. And to be honest, it's because you got a bowl cut and an English accent. That's the only reason people want to look at you. So, Paddy Pimblett's a little bitch. He needs to stop running my name through his mouth. to stay relevant, because he's just using me to stay relevant, because he's never accomplished anything. He's never going to get to a title fight. He's never going to win a title, period. He's a fucking irrelevant bum. So when he starts cutting all that weight and cutting chromosomes, and he wants to come to a real man's weight class and fight a real man, he can get his ass whooped. So he needs to keep my name out of his mouth. Otherwise, he's going to end up with my foot in his ass. And that's a fact.
Ian Garry went on to say we're getting out with the old and in with the new. We're getting rid of these people that are just trying to stay relevant like Kamaru and Colby, just trying to maintain relevancy by just talking on podcasts and trying to slag off Paddy Pimblett. That's all they are now. They don't want to fight. They're not fighters anymore. They're done. You've got people like Leon Edwards, and I f***ing hate to say this, but Gilbert Burns, who just haven't been on the best run lately. Then you've got these young, hungry killers coming up, the likes of me, Prates, Michael Morales, Sean Brady, Shavkat Rakhmonov, Jack Della Maddalena, and you're just seeing what the welterweight division is turning into for the next decade, because these guys, they're going to be around for a long time. They're all talented everywhere. And that's going to wrap it up for the news. Thanks for watching. For daily MMA news and content, subscribe to Full Mount MMA and click the bell icon to be notified when we post videos. Here are the 3 top comments from last video. The first one's from the Ant-Man channel. It says, "I'm a simple man. I see Bilal and I fast forward the video." The second one's from the Odd One Out. They quoted me saying that Magomed Ankalaev's tweet may have been Ali Abdelaziz. And the final one's from Mark. It's in reference to Tai Tuivasa saying that he's over 300 pounds right now. It says, "Tai looking like MMA guru." Those were the 3 top comments from last video. If you want to be featured in the next one, all you have to do is comment down below. And if you missed yesterday's news, click the video on screen right now to get caught up.